I visualized and channeled for her a space that would restore her energy. We connected so deeply to the energy from the earth. And when I say that, it's the water, the trees. And as I channeled and I created like that connection to that energy for her during our session, I felt it. And still as I talk, I still feel that potency. And the words that came up was really the potency of nature, like the power, the safety you can experience there, and the recharging aspect. Like I recharge, I relaxed, I'm held by nature. I am held by nature. That's a sentence I could give you to keep, because that's the experience you can make if you surrender during a pregnancy and giving birth journey, but beyond in your life right now. Welcome to the inner space. This is for you if you need encouragement to be more yourself and explore your own path. Maybe because you feel different, too sensitive, or just not able to do things as everyone else seems to. There is a way, and it's your unique way. I'm Gloria Jansen. I am a coach, a healing artist, and a surfer. I am here to help you ride the waves of life, work, and business to find that deeper alignment with your creative and sensitive soul. If this feels like you, I invite you to know yourself better, feel all the emotions, and trust yourself, so you experience the freedom and fulfillment of being and doing you. Subscribe now to catch the next wave to the inner space, where authenticity sets you free. This episode is for you if you would like to reconnect where we all come from and receive the wisdom of pregnancy of a pregnant woman. I am currently not pregnant, but I was recently, and I'm going to share what I felt through carrying a baby in my body. It's not specifically going to be about motherhood, pregnancy, not at all. I have other episodes about that, or about giving birth. This is a big journey, I believe, that transforms every woman because she lives it in the body. But of course, parenthood transforms every human being. And even if you never become a parent, I believe this is good to know what I'm going to share. And I hope it reconnects you to something bigger. And as I said, where we come from. So I bring you back while I was pregnant and living all these physiological changes. And it's quite special when you imagine like the magic of the body of, okay, how we came to the earth as I was pregnant. And I realized this process, which is obvious because we learn about it as we are children. We know how we are created. We see it with animals who carry their baby in the belly and all the process. We know it. But when you live it, you're like, whoa. This is crazy. This is really crazy. And as life is created in you, at least for me, you are open to a different dimension and you are connected to a different dimension. Now I'm saying that it's really not something theoretical. It's something I've lived inside of my body. And as I live this process, one major experience that I could summarize with this message is we forgot that we have a body. Now, those who know me for a long time know that I always help my clients and remind you to come back to your body. So this might not feel new, but with the pregnancy, I experienced this like 10 times amplified, like only the physical part of us human being. And as a society, we evolved so much, our consciousness evolved, our brain developed so that we live thinking a lot, like we have visions, we have problems to solve, we create problems, and we imagine always the future. Like the brain is super present in the evolution of our society. You are reading something, watching something, we engage our brain. Most of the work today, jobs, they involve a lot our brain. We still have manual jobs, we need them, but still most of us, we are using our brain on a daily basis, more than our body. Before it was different. We were working in the fields. We would, I don't know, have agriculture. Like we had a different society that involved more our body. Now we can even like sit in a car and just as we drive, yes, you can be connected to your body, but let's be honest, when you are riding a bicycle or walking, you are more using your body than like as you are driving and just moving forward, maybe changing manually if you still have it in the car, the speed, all these things, like you are mostly sitting and watching. So as I experienced the pregnancy, giving birth and breastfeeding, because that was a decision I took, it really brought me back to we are animals. Of course, yes, we are human beings, but like on the really physical part. And this experience is super important to, I feel like, bring us back to the fact that we are a body as well. Yes, we have our brain, but it's almost like it helped me not to ground myself, but to stop being as high as we are thinkers, but like bring you back to the very physical part of being on this earth. As I said at the beginning, because you are connected with life creation by having a baby in your belly, you are in connection with that energy where we come from. And it's hard to describe in words what I felt, but what came through the message was we forgot where we come from. We forgot where we come from. It's almost like you come to the earth, and I guess as a baby, as a young child, you're probably still connected to this creation energy. And I don't know how it's you come closer to the end of your life. I haven't made that experience, so I don't know if you come closer again to that energy. Of course, it's not creation, it's death, but like it's something different. I actually had a conversation with one person who made this experience very recently of almost dying and then coming back. So as this person described me how it is, I was like, oh, interesting. You again come back also to, very specific energy. But again, I haven't made the experience. From what she described, I was like, okay, we are more than what we are experiencing right now if we are not, I would say, connected or open to other levels of reality. I guess most of us on the earth, we are just there thinking our way through life. And this physical part made me be much more humble as who we are in the cycle of nature. I know some people already see themselves like as not being higher than animals. And it's like we human beings are just one part in this life that we see and that is living on Earth. I don't know for other planets. But you realize that, it's a humbling experience. And as I already work with people to really make them come back to their body, with this experience of motherhood or giving birth, because motherhood is not, yes, you become a mother, but that's not the topic. Let's give an example. For me, giving birth, and I've done an episode around that you can hear, so it gives you also insights into birthing your own projects. But as I gave birth, I saw like how my body transformed. Like it's very gradual with the pregnancy, like step by step, your body is growing. But it's almost a similar experience, but very quick when you're in labor, because your body opens up so that you can give birth and the baby is coming out of you. That was almost traumatic in a sense for me, because it's like, whoa, how much the body can stretch. It was like almost a shock. It's weird because we don't talk for me a lot about birth. Of course, if you are pregnant and someone close to it, yes, but otherwise it's not a topic in society. Though, imagine we all made that experience. We all came out of the womb of our mother, and every time I would like look at all the people on the planet, I was like, oh, he or she was born that way, or C-section, it doesn't matter. You come out of the womb, of the belly. And this very physical process reminded me to how can you also physically engage in your life? And that's a big topic because as my specialty is also into giftedness, high sensitivity, I was going to say most of my clients, many, all of them, and me included, we can be very much in our brain and experience life through our brain. Though if you go with your body, there is a simplicity to how you can live on the earth. And the same as I decided to breastfeed my baby, really quite funny. Like every time, especially when he was smaller, it felt really like, oh, there is a little animal. Like you can see, I don't know, monkeys drinking on the mother or other animals who can breastfeed. He's really going to the breast and just eating in this very, again, primary way of eating, very natural in the sense of nature has made it. You don't have to teach him. He comes out and yes, you need to make adjustments. Sometimes there are issues, but basically the baby knows that it needs to come to the breast, and that's going to be a source of food if the mother agrees to, and if both work well together. Really, I'm not putting by side that it can be complex, and also for myself, there were moments it was easier or less. Just this, okay, incredible experience of my body is leading. Because the pregnancy, like, it's not that I'm thinking, oh, the baby needs to grow, the baby needs to grow. No, the baby needs to get food for me. No, I don't do anything. My body is leading. Giving birth is the same. If I am empowered to trust myself, trust my body, of course, if everything is going correctly from the health perspective, then my body is actually again doing the work. It's more about me surrendering to my body. Breastfeeding is the same. It's magical. Imagine like your body has the ability to produce milk and then feed another human being. And this surrendering to the body is challenging because you don't have control. And at the same time, very powerful because, whoa, you don't have to think about it. It's just happening. I know this is going to land probably in a different way for a man and for a woman. For women, I want to say no, even if you don't activate that power, know that you have it. It's crazy. In just this knowing what your body is able to do. And as a man, you have, of course, another role if like you are going to have a baby, but even if you don't have it, it's knowing how our body are built. And we are all making the experience, like you are not thinking right now specifically to breathe, and you breathe, you're not thinking like, oh, my heart needs to beat, my belly needs to digest, and it's happening. So seeing the magic on that level, because it's magical, of course, a baby creation process, but beyond like just your body, how it is moving through life and just staying alive. So that's like a reminder when you see the power of your body and you honor the power of our bodies, you might give your body even more space, not just in the physiological, physical aspect, because that's the amazing part that you hear me several times talking about human design in this podcast. And your body has so much more wisdom to give to you if you open yourself up to listening to your body. There is so much more than just making your heart beat, digesting what you eat, restoring while you sleep, etc. So that's one thing I wanted to share. And the other part, as I said, about like being in contact with the energy of creation, reminding us that we are much more than the day-to-day experiences we are having. Of course, everyone's day-to-day is different, though there is something more for you. So if you feel you are lacking something, in your life, you are not fully living who you are and all your gifts, it's an invitation also to go deeper into it. If I had to summarize what I'm sharing with this episode is many of us, and I'm not saying we are on and off, like either this person lives it or this person doesn't live it, but many of us are living conscious-less on this earth, in the sense of we are focused on our life when we don't see the bigger picture where we are. And that can be as simple as if you close your eyes right now, and if you zoom out from the specific room you are in and you zoom out, you see your home, and you zoom out, you see the city, you zoom out, you see the country, you zoom out, you start to see the different countries, the land, the water. As I'm recording this episode, I just see the garden in front of me and I see the birds moving. And all of this is available. You can have access to a very different way of living once you tune into, for me, it would be nature. And I say nature in the biggest sense, like our nature, because that's what I talk about when I talk about like this creation process coming on the earth, our nature as human being, but also nature beyond, like the earth, the elements that can make you live like in connection with that. And I feel there is so much peace to be found in there, living like in attunement and in collaboration with this energy and with the rhythm of the earth and nature. So peace is found, of course, in being in alignment with who you are, creating a path that is yours, and by being in tune with your environment around yourself. I don't know how this episode landed for you. It's quite different than other things I share, which are very probably more practical for your life, in the sense of okay, how to do your next move in your life and how to. Here, it's more like a way of being present to your life and knowing that there is this creation energy. And as I talk to it, I remember like with my baby, being in contact with it. It's hard to describe because it's a sensation. And also he's still small, so it's very refreshing to see how everything is new for a baby. Like, oh, first time I see a spoon, first time I eat a carrot, what's the taste of the carrot? Or so many first times. So it makes you be also you differently present to the earth and living here. And if you can, you be led more by your body, and to be more led by your body, of course we can like work on it by working with me, but beyond just be led by your body, by coming into this energy that is available from nature. Nature is super potent, and it actually reminds me also with how I did recently a coaching session, which is more than a coaching session. We did energy work, human design reading, emotional liberation work, like what usually people get when they work with me. I visualized and channeled for her a space that would restore her energy, and we connected so deeply to the energy from the earth. And when I say that, is the water, the trees. And as I channeled and I created like that connection to that energy for her during our session, I felt it. And still as I talk, I still feel that potency. And the words that came up was really the potency of nature, like the power, the safety you can experience there, and the recharging aspect. Like I recharge, I relaxed, I'm held by nature. I am held by nature. That's a sentence I could give you to keep, because that's the experience you can make if you surrender during a pregnancy and giving birth journey, but beyond in your life right now. Let me know if it makes you want to maybe have a walk in a place where there's a lot of nature, lie down on the grass, be in the ocean. For me, it's surfing, whatsoever. Right now, just feel your body. See you very soon in a future episode. Thank you for joining the inner space. Make sure to subscribe, leave a comment, or share it with someone who might need exactly this encouragement. And until next time, keep exploring your inner space, where authenticity sets you free.